علي محمود، أهلا وسهلا فيك.
يلا thank you.
Thank you for coming. بعرف it's been busy the last few days لألك، خاصة امبارح with the game against NSA. You guys finished 10-1 the first round. هذا it's a great achievement in my opinion. و big part of ليش دينامو هالقد منيح هالسنة هن من وراك. هلا حنحكي أكتر عن دينامو.
Appreciate it.
قبل ما نحكي كمان عن باسكت وعن your career and all of these stuff، بدي أعيد الكل وبدي أقول للكل إن شاء الله السنة تكون حلوة عليهم، لأنه this episode بيطلع نهار الأحد, so on the 1st of January. So thank you for always being supportive to the channel. كمان للعالم يلي عم بيساعدونا financially through Patreon, thanks a lot. دايما عم نعطيهم كريدت بآخر الحلقة، بس you guys are keeping us going, so we really appreciate it. إذا حدا بده كمان to support the channel، بحط اللينك تبع Patreon تحت بالدescription where you can actually go there and subscribe. للعالم يلي بعد ما عملوا subscription على يوتيوب كمان is very important for us to keep us going, so all you need to do here is to subscribe button تحت على اليمين. You'll be helping us a lot. So Ali Mahmoud, legend of the game.
Thank you.
I have a confession to make. أنه أنا during my career يمكن الشغلة الوحيدة يلي بندم عليها أنا هي أنا ما لعبت معك. It was one of my dreams أنه ألعب معك بشي فريق، لأنه the way you play the game is amazing, man. Pass first point guard, you kill yourself على كل طابة, the fighting spirit, the basketball IQ. أصحاب كتير أنا وجعب النور كنت دايما أقول له إياه هيك، أنه أنا بس حلمي one season أقدر أعمل a good season، كمان أقدر أروح ألعب مع رياضي كمان ألعب مع علي محمود. أنا بحس I was a below average player، بس يمكن career averages تبعولي are 2 points 2 rebounds بس معك أكيد كانوا أحسن.
For sure I would have made you better. For sure I would have given you some easy baskets.
بحس في كتير عالم they had great contracts after playing with you, so بتخيل يمكن كمان في كتير لعيبة they owe you a lot in this game. والرياضة كمان the successful years اللي صاروا بالرياضة كانوا كلهم أيامك. يمكن
it's a two-way street يعني، مش بس ما فيني أخذ credit لحالي always. وكمان the style of play I play, it's a team game, so the better my team is the better I could be.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
لا I agree. تبي أكيد كان في عندك كتير، كنت محوط بلاعيبة كتير منيحة. يعني هذا الفريق اللي عم نحكي عنه كان في عندك اسماعيل، جو فوغل، جعب النور، نيت جونسون was great. So نيت، عمر الترك، علي فخر الدين، حسين توبة. So it was a stacked team. بس كمان بتخيل
I gotta throw Tony Madison's name in there.
أكيد.
هو يعني that was my rookie year. He kind of taught me a lot of things. So
بس بالشانفيل مش هيك؟
بالشانفيل مزبوط. أنا كان معي بالشانفيل، أنا جيت شانفيل، لأن كلنا رحنا على رياضي مع بعض، كان معنا بالرياضي أسبوع.
ليك سنس عم نحكي عن توني ماديسون، أنا totally forgot إنه أنت لعبت مع توني ماديسون. سنس عم نحكي عنه، أنا لعبت معه بآخر سنة بكاريته، وتلعبنا ضدكم شانفيل رياضي بالفاينلز وخسرنا. At the end of his career he was amazing. يعني بهالسنة تعلمت منه بلاوي، وأنا ما كنت ألعب حتى. عم بتخيل البوينت جارد مثلك قديش كانت مهمة يكون حدك لعيب بكاليبر توني ماديسون.
أكيد. He made it easy. Yeah, he made it easier on like everybody. His toughness, the way he plays. يعني كمان my first year I came in كان عنا أجانب، من 3 أجانب تقولنا، سكاري ثيرمان، توني ماديسون، وإسماعيل أحمد
بالشانفيل.
Okay. So just coming into a league هيك and having هود 3 big names and big leaders and ما حدا ما يحب يخسر. So you're coming into an environment like that. I'm a terrible loser. So يعني you could picture كيف كان التمرين.
I can imagine.
And just from تمرين it the game becomes like this. So it's just good to be around people that don't want to lose. Everybody wants to win. Everybody's hungry to win. And as you could see, that's how good things happen.
the mentality بتصير بتعدي contagious in a way. So you need that in order. يعني هيك مرة كان عم بيحكي عنها إلي ستيفان لما ربحوا البطولة بالشانفيل كان في سام هاسكن وفادي الخطيب وكل هدول اللعيبة. practices كانوا أصعب من الجيمات، كان يخبرنا. So practices it was so competitive، وهيدي الكومبيتيشن بتنتقل على الجيم. اليوم كنا عم نحكي عنها لأنه obviously خسرنا نحن الديربي on Monday ضد الرياضي، بس البراكتس يعني أنا مثلا قبل جيم بيروت كان عنا جمعتين نحضر ضد بيروت. عملت انترفيو بتخيل مع نمر وقال لي شو رأيك بالجيم. قلت له نمر إذا أنا أكيد إنه حنربح لأنه التمرينات that led to the game the focus level was 110% every practice وهذا الشيء عارف إنه حينتقل على الجيم. anyway هلا حنرجع نحكي عن الدربي بعدين. علي وقت رحت أنت على الشانفيل قد إيه كان عمرك؟
20 years old.
So 20 years old بس أنت جيت من كندا مش هيك؟
Yeah. I was born and raised in Canada. كل عائلتي هونيك و to be honest with you ما كان بدي اجي على لبنان. I was comfortable هونيك. To go back to not wanting to leave, I even had a full scholarship
okay.
to Davidson College where
Steph Curry's college.
And I just had to write my SATs. But I was like, I just wasn't, يعني ما كنت ready to leave my family. I wasn't ready to leave home. But like all my aunts and uncles and cousins وستي وجد, everybody lives in Canada, Ottawa. So I was very around, like very much دايما مع العائلة وهيك. So it was difficult. And my father إجا معي أول سنتين. He stayed with me in Lebanon when we moved here. And after 2 years, I was ready to be alone. And well, I've been in Lebanon ever since. يعني.
بس do you regret it in a way أو لا؟
Regret شو؟
أنا ما رحت على ديفيدسون. Now looking back, قديش your career would have been different.
Everything happens for a reason. يعني I came here when I was 20. If I went to college in the States, it's either you're trying to get MBA after college, and if you don't go MBA, I might have ended up here. And I would have ended up here 24, 25.
That's true. That's
so
for
like,
less
I'm
years.
getting the experience. Everything happens for a reason. I try not to regret anything.
That's
you know?
true. After those Davidson recruitment process at least لو رحت كيف اجاك الاوفر تتجي على الشانفيل؟
Well, أول شيء I played university 1 year at home بأوتاوا, University of Ottawa. وخلصنا السيزن. From what I know بشانفيل كان coach فؤاد, and part of the management is a guy named Roy Antoun.
I hear a lot about him بس ما بعرف.
Yeah, he lives in Ottawa now. So I guess they would look online and look for Lebanese names وهيك, and he found my name. هلا بس شاف stats وهيك, شاف high rebounds و you know assist point هيك. So I think they thought I was a little taller than what I was. So they didn't have my contact information. ما كان في Instagram و Facebook, this kind of stuff. So كان عنده عائلة هونيك. So حكى مع his cousin وبعت his cousin to the university. هلا راح his cousin, from what I heard, حكى مع الكوتش أول مرة. He asked for my number وهيك, and the coach told him خليني احكي مع علي قبل, and then I'll get you his contact. If he says okay, I'll give you his contact وهيك. So ما حكى معي الكوتش. And speaking of that, أنا coach شو دايما بيقول بس جيت على لبنان will you set my program back 2 years. He's like لو ضليت كان you know we would have been.
And in a way he felt selfish about it. Yeah,
kind of, but yeah, it is what it is. So Roy's cousin راح al workout room, the gym. صار يحكي مع front desk. My cousin Ali, I'm coming to surprise him وهيك. Is there any way I get his number? Whatnot. طلعت the one at the front desk is our physio girl who she tapes our ankles. Good she. So she said, yeah, I know Ali. You can have his number. Give him my number, and then from there on, we talked to them. They invited us to Lebanon, Shanville. Gina Adna, we played a couple of friendly games. They liked me. I had a very good friendly game. My brother Aja came, Mike, and I'm بيلعب as well. And from there, both sides like. To be honest with you, ما كان بدي أجي. Like I said, I want to stay home. It was hard for me to leave. I'm the type of person, I like what I'm used to. You know what I mean? When I'm comfortable, خلاص ما بدي to get out of my comfort zone. And that's another reason why I stayed at Riyadi for 13 years. But yeah, one thing led to another. It worked out. And we moved here, and it was the best thing I did in my life.
What an amazing story. بفتكر أول مرة بسمعها ما بتخيل إحنا بيعرفها. بس سؤالي لك قديش الديفرنس بين عم تقول أنت ما كان بدك تجي وقتها at a young age و this year كيف جيت. يعني it's weird the contrast بين الاثنين. يعني back then أنا إذا بتسألني it was a no-brainer لك تجي ويمكن أنت ما كان بدك تجي, وهلا it's a no-brainer أنت ما تجي قمت جيت.
like سقعة كتير بكندا. سقعة كتير. It's been أنا وقفت 3 سنين. That's 3 winters. To be honest with you, I just love Lebanon. I really missed basketball, man. The lifestyle, just it's a part of you. And أنا بس وقفت basketball. I was ready to stop. Kind of lost my love. I had a lot of things going on in my life. I had kids, you know, my first daughter, you know, she was born with a little bit of complications. So my mind wasn't on basketball. So now that everything is a little more stable, everything's better, life is a little easier, it was the right time. Egypt, it came out of nowhere. Faisal came out of nowhere, called me and ركبت.
Hey, but such a bold move.
Faisal's a bold guy, you know. Faisal,
exactly.
I like the way he works. He's a good friend of mine. And
to be fair, أول ما سمعت أنا بخبريتك, I thought it was gonna be strictly a marketing move. أنه جايب علي محمود بيعطي شوية exposure هالقصص.
This was the plan.
You think?
I think
he
so.
didn't think أنه you're gonna help him on the court.
No, لأنه I think was it 2 years جيت لعبت game مع NSA.
It was last year.
Was it last year? Like
هذيك السنة.
Yeah, I came and I played probably like 5 minutes. I looked terrible. I was out of shape. I haven't ran in a couple of years. So I think that was the last time people شافوني عم بلعب. And even before I retired, it wasn't I couldn't play, but I just didn't have the drive. My mind wasn't there. I didn't like the situation I was in. It was just a lot of negativity, and it was
السنة اللي رحت فيها على بيبلوس يعني أنت.
رحت على بيبلوس رجعت على رياضي آخر سنة.
رحت على okay.
Yeah, I played my last year برياضي. I just wasn't happy. I wasn't playing. I was being put in situations that weren't
for you.
For me, it weren't good game situations. And then نوصل على games where we get up. Should I put Ali in the last 5 minutes when we're up 25?
Disrespectful in a way.
You know what I mean? So it's like, خلاص, now I'm not even playing here. And no matter how good I played in practice, I wasn't going to play in the game. I was getting blamed for things that ما خصني, and I know basketball.
مين كان الكوتش وقتها؟
Coach Farhan.
Okay.
Ahmed Farhan.
Okay.
Who was, you know, he's a good friend of mine as well, but it was that transition of getting me out of there, I felt, you know. It is what it is.
So سؤالي لك, لأنه I'm gonna track back to أول مرة لما فلت من الرياضة. أول مرة فلت من الرياضة كمان كان عندك إحساس إنه هن they wanted you out in a way كرمال to move أو to pave the way for someone else.
Yeah, it was Wael's time too. So you know, Wael needed to play. Wael needed to get his time, and as you can see, Wael's, you know, he's the best point guard in the league right now. So it's understandable. It's just part of basketball. Every team will go through this. You know what I mean? Every big team. بتصير يعني. فهمت علي? You have to transition eventually from young to old, and I was getting injured a lot, so it was a mutual thing يعني. فهمت علي؟
هلا انتبه, عم تقول انت it's a mutual thing, بس عم بتخيل انا back then, هلا انت عم تحكي عنها with a lot of maturity.
Yeah.
بس back then يجي حدا يقول لك indirectly انه you're not good enough او بدنا نحط حدا محلك. انه especially انه for someone ضل هونيك عم تلي 13 سنة و competitor like you, انه it must have been very hard.
It was أكيد it's hard, but like I'm not the type to ازعل وضلني زعلان. فهمت علي؟ خلاص فيك تزعل, you can't stay down. خلاص you gotta get up and go. So it changed my goals. يعني my goal is what? روح على بيبلوس and try to win this championship. Okay. وحظي ببيبلوس تعورت. I hurt my ankle very bad. It ended up being like most of the season I was injured. So like it's hard on a person هيك to want to be on the court so bad, but injury on it kind of pushes you away from the game. You know what I mean?
بس قديش بدها كمان mental fortitude انه after all of these stuff, injuries, حسيت انت in a way انه you're out of رياضة, you're forced out of رياضة, و3 سنين برات اللعبة تترجع على اللعبة, ترجع انتبه, مش بس ترجع على اللعبة, ترجع كمان على بلد. عم تقول انت بتحب لبنان, انا كتير بحب لبنان as well, بس انت عايش ببلد مثل كندا يمكن كل شيء مأمن, الطقس عاطي بس كل شيء تاني كتير منيح. عم تجي على بلد يمكن انت وعائلتك جايين على محل على الساعة 12 بتروح الكهرباء, او الحالة يمكن هون الاقتصادية كمان منا كتير منيحة. So it's a bold move also.
Of course, and to bring my family with me وهيك. بس كمان مرتي من هون and she's happier here as well. It's different. It's hard to explain, man. You know what I mean? Like, I know everything is given in Canada. The basic necessities, يعني, they're available, but it's not Lebanon. You know what I mean? Lebanon has something different than anywhere. You know what I mean?
It's beautiful here. علي بهال 20 سنة من وقت ما بلشت لحد ما هلا رجعت، شو أكتر شيء تغير بالليج؟
شو تغير بالليج؟ My age.
You still look the same at least. That's
thank
great.
You. A little less hair, but thank you. But style of play. I think basketball all over the world تغير style. You know what I mean? Before is more like pounding, more physical, like slower. Hella is just run, gun, throw, shoot threes. Just, you know, more offensive. I don't want to take away from defense, but it's more like, you know what I mean? Shoot. So that's what I feel the main is speed to هيك more.
Hey, in a way, تبي كمان ال NBA has a lot of effect على الباسكتبول in the world.
Of course.
يعني السمول بول اللي كانوا عم يلعبوا جولدن ستيت كيف تغيرت كل القصص كلها.
Exactly.
علي كتير عالم سألونا سؤال تبع تيريل ستوغلن. And it's weird لأنه for someone like you اللي ما بيعرفك يمكن أنه أنت حدا كتير مسالم دايما. كيف هيك there is always the image أنه حتكون connected أنت with the fight تبع تيريل ستوغلن.
Yeah, that was like the bad side of me. بتطلع from time to time. I'm always calm. I'm always like
exactly
easygoing, trying to have a good time. But I'm like when it comes to competition, I'm a different person. I always tell myself I have to calm myself down and know I hate losing. So when in competition, I'm in it. I'm in it till the end. And it didn't. The fight with Terrell. It didn't just happen at that one moment where it's not. It was play after play after play, kind of accumulation. آخر شيء ضربني ورا.
اوكي so هو actually هو اللي ضربك اول شيء.
Yeah.
ما بعرف انا ناسي.
أنا شو صار at the time where you know the game was going on. I was pulling up for a three in the corner. I know I'm shoot. دفش لي إيدي لورا while the shot was going. برامت الحكم right there, but I can't remember who it was. برامت تي, you know, foul. طلع فيه عمل يلعب هيك. هلا شو في براسي. I'm very upset, very mad. رجع defense and you know I'm a defensive player. هيدا مش رح تصلي خلص. مش رح يستلم الطابة, you're not scoring. هيك براسي. So denying one thing, and he was cutting هيك, and you know when somebody cuts your
you
coach,
need to bump him.
I'm denying and you bump with my arm. So as I'm bumping bottom هيك deny, طرقني ورا راسي. So هلا after I got hit بصير عم بحكي مع حالي معقولي ضربني خلص. I wasn't seeing, you know, it's like one of the first times in my life I black out. صار مشكل. بس الحمد لله, you know, after that everything worked out. It was cool. إذا بشوف Terrell, I say, you know, hi. Yeah, everything's cool. You know, we'd say hi a few times. We ran
هيك out of nowhere يعني أو حدا مثلا صلحكم.
I think it happened next game. شفته. We just said, you know, سلامت عليه. You know, it is what it is. صارت and all this. You know, it's in the end. يعني we're just not the only fight in the world that happened. دايما في مشاكل and people, you know, people get over it.
هذه الشغلة دائما نقولها بقصة الحكام. أوقات الحكام letting the game loose in a way. هذه هي الإفكت تبعولها. يعني this is why it's very important to have really good referees in the league. لأنه أوقات إذا you don't punish a player in the way they're playing رح يفلت الملاء وخاصة بدي ماتش ديربي.
Yeah. But to be fair, أنا هلا بس كنت بكندا. I was reffing certain games. I would go just to be around basketball again. And I said, you know what? I go ref. There's a league going on. It was like بالcommunity. Well, it made me look at the referees different. So it's not an easy job.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So
of course. وانتبه it's not an easy job. We have to give credit كتير للريفريز اللبنانية لأنه
أكيد. لأنه بيسمعوا a lot of pressure, a lot of
تبي it's
things.
a lot of pressure. وصراحة after Monday's game تبع الديربي يعني كان في حكامات لبنانية وواحد كازاخستاني.
إيه.
إذا بتشوف البرفورمانس تبع الكازاخستاني بتقدر اللبنانية. So we need more referees though. عايزين referees زيادة.
But it's a tough job, you know.
It is.
It's not easy to be a ref.
It is, بس كنتبي إذا you want to be around the game and you cannot play it أو coach it, it's great to be a referee.
You're right.
So we need more referees كمان. علي, in those years يلي عم تحكي عنه تبع الرياضي you won everything, ربحت كل شيء. كنا عم نحكي شوي تحت الهواء أنا وياك about فؤاد أبو شقرة و his role in managing that team. عبالي أعرف منك لأنه بكاريرتك مزبوط أنت بلشت معه لفؤاد وضليتك معه بالرياضي, بس اجا احمد فران ببيبلوس, يمكن كان عندك كوتشي اجانب, وناو هلا جاد الحاج. قديه كان كروشل فؤاد ابو شقرة بعلي محمود يكون علي محمود اللي بنعرفه؟
Everything, man. فؤاد بيعطي freedom to be yourself. So you just have to come and play for him. يعني play, give your all. That's all he asks for, Fouad. If you're gonna play, give 100% and play to win for Fouad, خلاص بيعطي كل شيء Fouad. So alhamdulillah, like the style of Fouad's play كمان fit my style perfect. Run and gun, play defense, run and gun. It was fun. Everybody's having fun. I'm نربح championships. So Fouad has his way of, you know, getting bonus for the people, getting, you know what I mean? He's such a good leader. Special leader, to be honest with you.
If you want to compare him هلا مع جاد الحاج, صار لك كم شهر أتيس مع جاد. He's having great results مع المنتخب ومع دينامو as well. شو الميجر attributes يلي بتحسهم comparable بين فؤاد, the way he manages the game, وبين جاد الحاج؟
اثنيناتهم charismatic. They're both nice guys. They're both easy to like. So I think that's the main thing. They're very easy to like. The thing I love about Jad is everything like his basketball philosophies of defensive play. I have the same philosophy, so it's easy to play for him. It's easy, to know what he wants because I feel our minds are very similar.
Okay.
Basketball wise,
حسيت شيء صعب انه جاي انت على فريق الكوتش تبعه حيكون اصغر منك؟
To be honest, I don't look at these things. I don't think about these things. أنا هلا جاي على الجيم. This year رح يصير عمري 40.
Oh, okay. I thought you were younger.
So it's a blessing just to be playing. So I'm just trying to stay healthy and trying to play, and my competitive side will push me to try to win always. So I don't look at things that don't matter. يعني لو هو أصغر doesn't mean nothing.
ليك they don't matter in a way مثل ما هلأ نحن عم نحكي فيها. بس إذا بدنا نحكي about let's say respect مش respect بس تقدر تحترم الكوتش يلي بوجهه يلي معك. أنا عم بتخيل مثلا أنا إذا عمري 40 و I had the career that you had وجاي كوتشي كوتش لي صار له 4-5 سنين بالدرجة الأولى. It's tough يعني it's tough تقدر تسمع عليه للكوتش. It needs a lot of character maturity in a way.
Thank you يعني for the compliments بس عن جد I don't like I don't look at it like that way at all يعني already he's a smart guy. Already he's proven himself مع المنتخب. He's done things that no Lebanese coach has done. Think about it. He qualified world championship. ما في coach لبناني عمل هيك. So لحال you gotta respect that. وهو he's the type of person he demands respect يعني كمان. You can't walk over somebody. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You have to be a good person كمان.
That's true. علي, قديش علاقتك مع أحمد إبراهيم مهمة ما بدي أقول لمجيتك أنت على لبنان أو على دينامو, بس قديش it's important بالدينامو تبع الدينامو يعني in a way يمكن علاقتك مع أحمد إبراهيم is one of the main reasons why Dynamo is playing that good.
First of all, Ahmed's like one of my best friends. Ahmed is like family to me. So I like to think that أكيد it's good for him. It makes him happy that I'm here, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be, especially on Ahmed's team. Even when I was in Riyadi, Ahmed was my roommate over there as well. So whatever I could do to help him. You know, Ahmed's misunderstood. يعني whenever حدا بيحكي عن أحمد, it's always Ahmed. He's very talented. بس هيك وهيك. So I would like to be part that, you know, brings out the best of him. So inshallah, after this season all goes well, وماش حدا بيقول Ahmed Brahim might go crazy or Ahmed Brahim هيك, you know what I mean? لا, I just want to hear Ahmed Brahim لعيب. Ahmed Brahim can carry a team. Ahmed Brahim can win a championship. You know what I mean? I want to change the perspective on how people think about Ahmed Brahim.
بس ليش برأيك العالم بفكروا هيك؟ يعني ليش برأيك العالم they think انه he's misunderstood?
Okay, يعني أكيد عمل certain actions before صار stuff. بس يعني مش دايما his fault. You know what I mean? Maybe he reacted to something the wrong way. But he had his reasoning. Maybe it wasn't the right way to react. صار بس it's hard to answer. يعني it's hard to say, like, I don't know how to explain it.
I think المشكلة مع أحمد هي أنه over the years his game ضلت static. يعني growing up كان مفروض يكون the next big thing. كان مفروض يكون إذا بتفكر فيها أكتر من ما وائل المفروض يكون. يعني وائل وان جروب أب كنا عارفين إنه هيطلع لعيب كتير منيح. بس expectations على أحمد كانوا even bigger.
Even more. You're right.
And he didn't reach that kind of potential, in my opinion at least. ويمكن كرمال هيك a big reason why حتى وديعت أرقام حلوة أحمد, العالم بعدها براسها كمان أنه أحمد should have been here, بس هو he's here. حتى when he's averaging 20 points per game أو leading his team مثل وقت أيام الهومنتمن when he led them to the final four, I think. This year he's the best Lebanese in Dynamo. كمان they're tied for first هن ونحن والرياضي. بس بتخيل the way the image يلي العالم عندها إياها أحمد ما زال بعدهم لهلأ العالم بيجي بتقلك أنه ايه بعده صغير أحمد, أنه بعد معقول يتغير, بس أنه أحمد ما صغير. أحمد وليد 92, he's 30 years old now. So تخيل العالم كيف بعدها بتفكر فيه لأحمد in a way أنه هذا الزلمة الصبي اللي عنده potential to be the next فادي الخطيب. وفتكر هيدي يمكن أذته كمان بمحل.
هلا it's always hard to say the next somebody, you know what I mean? Like to be next Fadi, no, there's no next Fadi. You got to be you know what I mean? You got to be you. And Ahmed's game is totally different than Fadi's game. It's totally different. It's a different kind of style. Fadi's a big time scorer, but Ahmed more outside. You know, it's a different kind of game. But to answer you, there's only one way to answer you, Mazboot, and we have to bring Ahmed on the show. That's the best way to answer.
This is very bold. I don't think he would agree.
You never know. We talk to him. We bring him sometime.
إذا بتحكي أنت بتزبطها go ahead. بس I think the relationship بينه وبين أحمد أيام المنتخب شوي انقطعت mainly because of some politics involved. وقت كان هو بالشانفيل إبراهيم نسا وهيك. أحمد used to be my roommate by the way. قلت لك إياها قبل شوي كنا تحت الهواء إنه أحمد used to be my roommate, وكان كل ما يجي على لبنان يجي يقعد عند اللي بالسماية. So we used to be very close up until آخر فترة مع المنتخب وهيك صار في كتير politics involved مع إبراهيم نسا والشانفيل. A lot of stuff يعني. So we don't talk anymore. I always rooted for him by the way. وأنا من العالم يعني كنت دايما أقول لأنه نحن مثلا كنا منتخب 90 91 كان هو مواليد 92 كان يلعب معنا وقت نحن بطولة آسيا. He used to drop 30 points 40 points and I always felt أنه he's going to be the next big thing. حتى I felt in a way كمان أنه this guy ما بيلعب بلبنان مثل ما أنا هلأ بفكر بيويو خياط by the way. So أنا يويو خياط بفتكر إذا بيرجع لبنان his career would be disappointing لأنه I feel أنه potential تابوله مش أنه يلعب بلبنان.
إن شاء الله. I hope so.
عارف شو قصدي؟
So
this is how I felt about Ahmed and I was completely wrong.
Yeah, things happen, you know what I mean? Like كذا شغلة صار and during Ahmed's career where, you know what I mean, bring him down. فهمت علي? He's rolling and then بيصير شغلة bring it down, you know what I mean? But inshallah this is the year.
لا.
inshallah this is the year, you know what I mean?
hopefully not against us بس you guys are playing beautiful basketball. كنت عم بقول لك اياها كمان قبل شوي، حكينا كتير انا وياك قبل شوي تحت الهوا. بعتقد انه دينامو عم تلعبوا باسكت احلى من هديك السنه، مع انه هديك السنه فريقكم on paper كان احسن خاصه بدون اجانب. a big part كمان لانه احمد عم يلعب كتير منيح، عم تعطوا له فريدم لاحمد to be احمد. and this is very important. كان جوم جايس قاعد معنا كمان عم بيقول انه احمد يعطيك كتير بده ياخد منك كتير as well. وبفتكر انتم معكم عم بيلاقي هالفريدم تبعوله انه it's his team in a way.
It is his team. He's super talented. He's the main guy, but we're all one. Everybody got everybody's back, and this is what goes a long way. So everybody knows their role. كل واحد he's playing defense on. He's our 3-point shooter. He's Ahmad's the main scorer. Zach is scoring. Ibrahima, Karim, Azadine. Like everybody's giving something. I could name the whole team, but I'm not,
that's
not
true.
good. But that, as long as we're together, family, everybody got everybody's back, anything is possible.
Ali, you're having good season also in your role. بس عبالي أعرف in your future plans do you believe أنت لأنه you love the game obviously كنت عم قلنا إياها هلأ بشوي و knowing your basketball mind بتحس حالك وخاصة هلأ ما رجعت شفت عمر الترك إجا assistant coach معك. Do you believe أنه أنت this is the career path that you want to take as well?
I'm not sure, but I like the idea of coaching.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think it comes easier to me than anything else, and I feel that basketball is part of my life, and it will be part of my life forever. So I think that I would like to get into coaching eventually. But as long as I can play, I would love to play. I want to ride it out as long as I can.
Fair enough. It depends أنت على الرول اللي بدك إياه كمان. مثلا هلا الرول اللي أنت فيه is perfectly suited for you.
It's nice.
مع إنه يمكن هلا شوي حيتغير مع مجيد جاد.
لا نشوف. We'll see how everything goes. Jad's going to be a big bonus for the team. But as long as I can help us, that's all I want to do. I don't want to be on the court for no reason. I just want to be on to help as much as I can, whether on the court or on the bench, whatever I could do.
علي حضرت انت الديربي كنت عم تقول قبل شوي كمان from someone who played the derby a lot. انت لعبت كتير جيمات حكمة رياضي ان غزير وان منارة. بدي اعرف منك what was اول شيء الشغله ما خاصه بالديربي what was your best and worst moment in your career. وبدي أعرف منك كمان قديش كانت صعبة بالنسبة لك تلعب بغزير، لأنه أنا for me personally كنت عم بقول لك إياها قبل شوي كمان أنه صار لي 15 سنة باللعبة ولا مرة ربحان بالمنارة، وبحس أنه الجيمات بالمنارة حتى لما إذا الرياضي ما كانوا عم يلعبوا مع أجانب الجمهور بيخنقك in a way. So عبالي أعرف أنت رأيك بالموضوع.
أنا opposite. أنا جمهور and hectic crowd. That's how I love to play. When you play in these games and then you go play another game ما في جمهور كتير, it's hard to get up. So بس كون في جمهور و crazy, even if it's against me, it just gives you a reason to play. Especially the problem with حكمة when I used to go to غزير is كنت أكل مسبات كتير. Like crazy مسبات. That's the only thing that sucks. It doesn't have to get like that. But other than that, it's fun. حلو I remember hitting shots ببرم كلهم عسوني وهيك. Give it to me, like I like this vibe. I like playing. Or in Riyadi, hit a big shot, the crowd's going. This is one of my favorite things about the game, is a big crowd.
It is, بس كمان it's tough, man. It's crazy, man. 15 years, not one win in Manara. On Mondays was هيك حسيت إنه that was gonna be the day, بس كمان we fell short.
It was a good game though. Don't be too hard on yourself.
عبالي أعرف رأيك أكتر من إنه it's a big game. What was in your opinion, what led to Riyadi winning and to suggest losing?
Flow of the game. Riyadi cut their flow in the second half. It became Riyadi basketball where they're running, they're shooting, they're playing defense, steals. It changed. You know what I mean? And you guys were out of your game. Certain people weren't getting the ball anymore. فهمت علي? It was just the flow of the game راحت.
هذه العالم ما بيعرفوه انه literally يعني سوري صوتي أثر رايح من بعد من ورا الجيم بس literally الجمهور لما يهوج تحت ملعب صغير الفانز are very close to the court. If you're up by 10 points literally بدقيقة بيروح ال 10 points. مثل ما عم تقول انت رياضي باسكتبول بصيروا they're running, everyone is running, shooting threes, بتصير السلة أوسع بالنسبة لهم. اسماعيل making long passes, long shots,
and all it takes is one like highlight play.
Exactly.
خلاص ولو.
Exactly. One dive على
Zainoun's
الباسكت.
block, you know, Kareem's
Man,
block,
that was a
you know
game
what I mean?
changer.
Boom, خلاص ولعت. Everybody going crazy.
I think that was the game changer. It cost us 5 points.
Yeah.
The block from one place وراحوا حطوا 3 points كمان. It cost us 5 points and I think it was a momentum swing in a way كمان. بس كنت عم جرب اقول لك اياه قبل شوي انه for normal fans وخاصة العالم يلي ولا مرة نازلين حاضرين ديربي بالمنارة. This game in particular الجمهور is crazy. It's crazy. يعني اوقات بتصير تحس انه خلص عن جد عم تختنق يعني كأنه حدا عم يخنقك او عم تغرق ومش قادر تطلع بقى من المي. في محل نحن طلبنا تايم اوت بثالث كوارتر مش عم نقدر نسمع على بعضنا. الجمهور they were so loud ما عم نقدر يعني اذا بدنا نغير شيء بالستراتيجيز we cannot even do it لانه الجمهور is being so loud. So تخيل انت as a player playing for الرياضة وتعبان وبتسمع هيك جمهور قديش you get refreshed in a way وخلص اخر همك you're going to war.
أكيد yeah. That's your sixth man. You're telling me right now أثروا على الجيم ما كان فيك تسمعوا بالتايم اوت. So
Definitely.
the جمهور did its job.
Definitely. يعني انتبه نحن لعبنا ضدهم بدون أجنبة تاني. أنا كنت بفضل يكون في أجنبة تاني بس ما يكون في جمهور.
Yeah.
That's يعني actually مش السكس مان يمكن the first man.
Yeah.
لأنه it made the whole difference in my opinion. انتبه
It's a big difference. The main difference everybody played good but me for MVP of the game Amir came back and it was amazing. You know what I mean? He had a big game.
ليك بس أنت would you say أنه he was the MVP of the game?
I would.
KZ.
In my thing. KZ was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but Amir was pick and roll, you know, assist, alley-oop. Like KZ was all the energy plays. KZ's getting the Jamhur going 3-pointer من هون, block من هون. You know what I mean? But Amir, it slows down, 5-on-5, you give Amir the ball, tick, whoop. He was hooping, you know what I mean?
This is Amir, he's so smooth with the ball. I don't know how he does it, man. Out 3 months. Jay, he looks out of shape in a way.
He was out of shape. He's out of shape.
He's out of shape. ما بعرف كيف بيعملها. I don't know how he does it, man.
He's special. He's very talented scorer.
Super talented scorer and player. Also basketball IQ wise.
Yeah.
وهذا الشيء برأيي الرياضي كتير منيح فيه. يعني بين هايج, أمير, وائل. So much basketball IQ on the court at the same time. إسماعيل أحمد. We cannot forget إسماعيل كمان.
Jean too. You know, like everybody.
That's true.
They got a lot of guys.
That's true.
They got a lot of guys.
How do you see the league going with you adding هلا جاد خليل, Riyadi getting back everyone also?
It's going to be a good Final Four. You know what I mean? It's every team, like you guys got Fadi coming too, so
that's true. Sergio coming back in shape also.
Yeah, there's no excuses. Every team has some veterans. Every team has their young guys. It's going to be a good Final Four. Anybody could beat anybody. فهمت علي؟
I do believe so. بفتكر رح يصير في كتير تغيير كمان بالأجانب من كل الفرق يمكن.
Yeah.
So this is also gonna be a big momentum swing.
لوقتها.
والله قربت.
It's coming.
Next week is 2024. سنة 2024 أو 2023?
2023.
Oh my God. My bad. 2023 exactly. So next year is 2023. So time is running quickly.
فكرة ضاعت 2024
I've had a long week, Alice. Believe me, I've had a long week. وقصة صوتي أنا ما صرخت بالمنارة. It's not helping also. بس I've had a long week. والمشكلة كمان بالسكادجول يعني هلا اليوم طلع كمان خبرية. So اليوم خسروا الرياضي بيوصل ضد النفط العراقي. I don't know how. مفروض يجوا هلا بكرة على لبنان ب2 الشهر. بكرة بيروت بيلعبوا ب2 الشهر عم بيلعبوا بيروت ضد الرياضي.
Wow.
So like literally one day after New Year's.
You know what? It's okay. خليني يتعبوا.
كمان نحن نستفيد.
نحن نستفيد إن شاء الله.
كمان نحن نستفيد. مش غلط. مش غلط.
Whatever we could take.
I like the strategy. مع أنا ما بعرف مين عبالي يربح أكتر من التاني. Actually بعرف. So It's hard to say بس أنا بعرف. علي سألتك سؤال قبل شوي ما رديت علي رح أرجع أسألك إياه هو the best and worst moments of your career.
Yeah, this is a tough question. The worst moment would have to be the fight. There shouldn't be a fight on the court. You should never have this. It's cool, it's cool. But the feedback, I had a lot of people, a lot of messages. I had to get off Facebook. I had a lot of hate messages, a lot of love messages. It's just, you know what I mean? That was a tough time for me, being suspended and fined. I would say that's one of my lows. My best moment of my career was, I guess, Riyadi hanging up my jersey. That's one of the greatest honors. No matter what, no matter any time, Riyadi,
it's up there.
It's home. You know what I mean? It's their family. It's amazing. It's an amazing gesture. You can't ask for more as a player.
Yeah, especially considering I know it's only 2 jerseys hanging up there.
Yeah, and I was the first.
That's true. Amazing feat, obviously. كنت عم تقول لي قبل شوي أنت إنه the lowest of lows was the fight. But it shows also what kind of person you are. يعني بدي بتقلي الانجري أو شيء عم تقلي the fight, which in a way it was self-defense also.
Yeah. It's one of those because of the feedback that came from it. It also did, put my name out there. But still, I just didn't like having this image. It's not me. I became Ali, the fighter, مش علي بيلعب basketball. You know what I'm saying?
It's not you. But how did you deal with this criticism? لأنه the reason I'm asking you is لأنه so obviously بتعرف جمهور الحكمة وجمهور الرياض are the 2 biggest fan bases.
Yeah.
Especially now with social media or everything. So after we lost the first game on Monday, so نحن صرنا يمكن إذا بترجع لبطولة الدوحة والفريندلي جيمز يمكن صار عنا شي 20 win streak.
Yeah.
What surprised me بهالمرحلة هلا هي so for the past 2 seasons بالحكمة I think we were always overachieving. أول سنة فتنا Final Four with a very small team. Last year we went to Final Four. أخذنا كمان بيروت على overtime in Game 3 with small budgets. So this year the expectations are different. But what surprised me is إنه العالم that أنا شو بدك فيه I don't really care about myself. But the way people were criticizing جو غطاس about him being a bad coach, even though جو غطاس كان ربحان مثلا بطولة الدوحة بدون علي مزهر وسيرجيو وبوبو. ربحان عليكم بغزير by 12 I think بدون سيرجيو. ربحان على بيروت away by 20 points. So العالم كيف نسيوا كل هيدول القصص and after the derby in منارة مش انه خسرنا ضد انيبال مثلا بغزير for example أو شيء. So خسرنا ضد يمكن احسن فريق بالليج بالمنارة. كيف العالم اوين برمت عليه لجو و they started criticizing him in an unfair way. وعبالي كتير أعرف أنت how you dealt with that criticism.
First of all, Joe is one of my first teammates in Lebanon, so all this nonsense. Joe's a good coach, man. Joe's doing it, and it shows from your record that Joe's a good coach. It shows from the players that he's a good coach. But in the business we're in, you're only as good as your last game.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So the key to this, how I dealt with it, you can't get too high when you win, and you can't put yourself too much down when you lose. You have to always get up. You win, okay, on to the next one. Focus on winning what you have to win. You know what I mean? If you lose, take from the loss, learn what you have to learn. We'll come back and try to win. So you can't let outside noise affect you. You have to خليك على mission, stay on the right path.
Easier said than done.
Definitely, but you have to be mentally strong. You know what I mean?
أكيد. بس المشكلة هلا with this social media age, everyone behind the keyboards في يطلع يكتب علي محمود is bad. عارف شو قصدي؟ And it's easier said than done إنه ما تأثر عليك. بس when you have a family فيهم العالم يتعرضوا لعياتك وهالقصص كلها, sometimes it gets tough, man.
It's tough. It's not. It is tough. But شو بدك تعمل, man? You know what I mean? I'm very tough love. شو بدك تعمل؟ تقعد بالبيت تبكي? You can't, bro. You have to go on and get through it, no matter what. I went through my lows before my last year in Riyadi كمان. بيكون like I told you I got put in bad situation. I have stuff in my mind that I still don't forget for now. Like I don't forget. يعني ما نسيتها. You know, I remember one game فوتني with 1 minute left in the second quarter. 1 minute. وقال لي فوت عمول foul. ما لعبت بعد. فتت. I think I got in. Like cold. I might have turned it over when I got in. I didn't play the rest of the game. Go to the locker room, finish. I think we ended up winning. And to me, it was an easy game too. It wasn't nothing big, but whatever. It is what it is. أنا وفعل بيجي عندي واحد. شو صار فيك؟ كنت لعيب أنت. What do you want me to say, man? And I know I could play because later on in the finals, I was forced to play. And I played home. We went to game 7. I played good defense on Walter. I think I made all my threes. I was shooting a high percentage. That was right before I retired. But still, people have an image that خلاص, you know, you can't play anymore.
What did you say to that guy? بس هذا هو سؤالي.
هزيت راسي ومشيت. أحسن معصب عن جد, you know? Like I don't want to put myself in a bad situation, but what can you do? You know what I mean? Like people are gonna...
It's crazy, man.
That's the world we live in. يعني.
ذكرتني هلا بشغله صارت معي اليوم وما حطيت البوست انه the podcast is gonna be with you. فات علي واحد على انستغرام بعت لي مسج قال لي I think you should drop the podcast وتركز أكتر على الحكمة.
You know what I mean? Like شو خاص؟
My answer أول شيء was إنه nobody asked for your opinion. and قال لي no I want what's best for you. قلت له let me ask you a question. أنت بشغلك بتشتغل 24 ساعة 24؟ قال لي لا. قلت له what's the difference here؟ إنه أنا هون إذا it's a 1 or 2 hours podcast how is it gonna take away from what I do بالحكمة أو what I do in my other life?
Yeah.
And this is the crazy part إنه أوقات العالم بحسوا إنه they're entitled for their opinion إنه يجي يقولوا لك إيه بوجهك. ما بيفهم إنه الزلمة اللي بوجهك he's actually human. يعني أنا بتخيل أنا لو أنا كنت محلك وهالزلمة إنه he's disrespecting you in a way إنه يعني ما بقى يعني مش عم بقدر أتخيل حد يجي يقول لي إياها وخاصة أنت طالع من جيم معصب على الآخر كمان. يعني الأدرينالين level is at 1000.
First guy leaving the locker room. أنا أول واحد فعلا like خلاص I'm just trying to get home so I don't get mad, you know, like يجي لي هذا, you know. It is what it is. You just have to يعني get through it.
Yeah, it's crazy. But sadly, at least in a coaching career later on, hopefully, if you get into it, this is part of coaching, man. تربح game, you're the best coach. تخسر game, بتصير you're the worst coach. It's kind of funny لأنه كنا عم نحكي قبل شوي عن جو غطاس وكنا عم نحكي عن جورج جعجع as well. So جورج جعجع من سنتين ربح البطولة. العالم كلها عم تحكي عنه قد منيح. هذيك السنة ما كان له عليه يروح to 7 games. العالم كنا عم تحكي عنه بالمنيح. هالسنة بلش يخسر صار كوتش سيء. جو غطاس كتير منيح. جو غطاس خسر الديربي صار سيء. جورج جعجع كتير منيح. اليوم خسروا ضد النفط العراقي. أكيد هلأ العالم بيكونوا كمان رجعوا قلبوا. So sometimes it's not that high or that low. إنه maybe it's somewhere in between. Maybe all coaches كتير منيح أو منيح at least. وعندهم فلوز مثل كل الكوتشية. كريك بوبوفيتش عنده فلوز. يعني كريك بوبوفيتش مثلا من بعد ما تيم دانكن he retired he had تبي مش بس مع سان أنطونيو he had also a very bad career مع التيم USA. تيم USA بالورد كاب أو بالورد كاب أو بالأولمبيكس. I think it was in the World Cup. They had
was it World Cup?
I think it was
when they had Tim Duncan Iverson وكلهم
لا هذه عم بحكي لاري براون. أنا عم بحكي هلا 2 years ago. It was right before COVID I think. أو World Cup أو Olympics regardless. كان كريك بوبوفيتش الكوتش. They had their worst outing in the history of Team USA. ما بتتذكر؟
أنا ناسي.
Like literally 2 or 3 years ago, they ended up 7th or 8th. يعني it was the worst Team USA ever. So and نحن عم نحكي عن Greg Popovich who was
before they brought Coach K يعني.
لا after Coach K أوام after Coach K إجا Greg Popovich. And he had the worst. وقت أخذ معه كريس ميدلتون وكان مش كان بوكر أخذ دونوفل ميتشل وهدول اللعيبة كلها. Tatum I think was there. Jaylen Brown, all these guys, and they failed miserably. السنة اللي وصلوا فيها إذا ماني غلطان خسروا ضد صربيا مع يوكيتش if I'm not mistaken. بس عم جرب أقول لك إيه إنه all coaches have mistakes. No, everyone is flawed in a way.
It's the game. People don't realize how important chemistry is.
I know.
On the court. يعني you can't مثل قلت you're naming all these names. doesn't mean they're gonna راح يعطوا على الملعب. Certain styles match with certain people, and it makes a big difference flow of the game.
وانتوا اكبر اكزامبل. انتوا لاست يير انت ما كنت معهم، بس انه لاست يير كان فريق جاد خليل، احمد ابراهيم، علي حيدر. That's a big three. حدو عمر ايوبي، جيمي سالم، جون عاصي. For a team that's only Lebanese, that's a very good team that didn't reach the finals. I think it was only because of chemistry. So I believe this year the formula of success تبع دينامو is also because of chemistry. لأنه the chemistry, it looks like you guys love each other, and this is very important.
We do. Everybody loves each other. You know.
This is very important.
أكيد.
علي لأنه حكينا about Team USA، عبالي أحكي شوي عن وياك NBA. كمان في كتير عالم سألونا. You're a huge Toronto Raptors fans.
Yeah, since 95.
Since 95. هو أصلاً قد متى
95.
Okay. So you've been through the good and the bad. يمكن it's only one good year يعني. Except for the Vince Carter years, يمكن it was entertaining as well.
The Vince Carter years was very entertaining, and I believe the Vince Carter years, because of Vince Carter, is the reason why Toronto ضلوا بتورونتو, because Vancouver had a team كمان.
مزبوط, Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Okay.
ما مشها صاروا Memphis. So you know you need somebody to sell tickets, and I felt Vince Carter was that guy.
كان في تيماك كمان early on مش هيك؟
Yeah, بس ما يعني تيماك was sick قبل ما فل. As soon as he went to Orlando, he was leading the league in scoring. But Vince Carter was the man.
Okay. Talking about this year, شو برأيك Toronto are missing in order to compete, like to be serious contenders?
A superstar, just one of those like top guys, like
Kawhi.
Yeah, فهمت علي. You need a guy. Hey, you want superstar, and then you match him with people that fit in. Raptors has everybody that fits in. Even Pascal Siakam's like an amazing player, star, but can he carry you into a championship?
He's not an option A player.
Yeah, he's not like the top 5 players. So you add one of these, which will change every team in the NBA if you add one of these guys.
أكيد. Do you believe لو بقي Kawhi, he would have went back-to-back championships?
I think so. I know Lakers won the bubble championship that following year. But Raptors played that bubble. Raptors played good, but Siakam didn't play good. He played horrible. لأنه وقفوا that hit COVID. وقفوا شي 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
I don't remember that.
ورجع.
He wasn't the same.
Yeah, he was out of shape.
Okay.
He wasn't the same.
Okay. Are you watching now the NBA بعدك هون بلبنان أو ما كتير؟
ما كتير. It's
Okay.
very late.
ما تقول لي ما شفت لوكا شو عامل امبارح.
I did see.
Man, Luka is going crazy.
60, 21 and 10 or 11.
60, 21 and 10. What's crazy about it is غير انه he had the shot بالاخر على الفري ثرو يلي ضرب بالرينج ورجع اخذها that forced overtime. العالم بيشوفوا 60, 20 and 10 بس literally 4 days ago he had 50, 8 and 10. يعني كمان he was so close to have the first triple double of his career, 50, 10 and 10. He had now 60, 20 and 10. So this is the kind of week that Luka is having.
Luka's something. I knew Luka was going to be
I knew also.
amazing. And we being here back when I was in Canada, a lot of guys like they felt he came out of nowhere. But being here, I remember the first guy who told me about him was Wild.
And Jad?
Farjani Luka. It's like, yo, Luka. I'm like, oh, really? And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he was like 16, but Real Madrid hooping, like killing.
And I knew it from the first day. Even now, I know you're on Twitter. كل ما لوكا يعمل شيء برجع بعمل ريتويت لتويت أنا عاملها يمكن 2017.
Oh yeah.
وقتها Atlanta Hawks. So Atlanta, they're the ones who drafted Luka, and then they traded him for Trae Young. So what they drafted him, Luka حط الشابو يلي محطوط عليه Atlanta Hawks, and I tweeted on draft night. I tweeted, I know this pic of Luka wearing a Hawks cap will haunt the city of Atlanta forever. And every time he plays well, I keep on retweeting the same pic. It's from 6 years ago. The guy is 23, generational talent. He's averaging 33 points, 9 and 9 now.
He makes it look easy.
Very easy.
You know what I mean? Even Durant, I think he tweeted the other day that...
It's crazy.
Yeah, he said something. نسيت شو قال.
والفرق تعرف شو الفكرة هي he's so smooth. يعني كنا عم نحكي قبل شوي عن أمير how easy it looks for أمير. In a lot of ways أكيد on a different kind of level. بس Luka makes it look that easy.
He's a 6'8" point guard. You're looking at Magic Johnson, but
Even more
different.
skilled يمكن.
Yeah, more like it's hard to compare. He shoot different, man. It's different. عنده كل شيء.
I think if he's healthy, the sky is the limit for this
That's
kid.
what Durant said. Durant was saying be ready to put another statue because they put the Dirk
I
statue.
I saw it. They're gonna need another statue. مزبوط. I saw it. It's crazy. Who do you think is gonna win this year? NBA.
It's too early to tell. You know what I mean? Next week it could change. From the head up tower, they're not playing good anymore. But I've been saying for a couple of years now, Brooklyn, like, ليه ما عم بيربحوا؟ ليه؟ Like Simmons is, even if Simmons is not the Simmons he was before, he's still a giant point guard that rebounds, plays defense.
Confidence, man.
And شو حاطه مع Kyrie with Durant. He doesn't need to score. Let him be the point guard.
In a way.
You know what I mean? Like if you could use him in a certain way, I would let him play the point guard.
بس his confidence shattered. هاي المشكلة معه. His confidence shattered. إذا بتتذكر آخر play off series مع 76ers وقت وصل على السلة he passed the ball.
Yeah.
He has zero confidence الزلمة. So coaching also matters in this case. I think من بعد ما شحطوا Steve Nash,
شفت الفرق.
the team is, I think they're on a 9.
They're number one
since they fired Nash, which is crazy. But I believe Giannis is gonna be up there this year also.
They always will. They're a well-built team, man.
They're a very well-built team. They're a very well-coached team also. So I think he's gonna be there. علي قبل ما نخلص the subject of basketball obviously ونطلع على Q&A بدي أحكي بس شوي عن المنتخب. So this year كمان رجع انتقل المنتخب لبنان على بطولة العالم. You've played it many times. مرتين أو ثلاثة.
Twice? Yeah.
أول مرة ما كنت معه.
أنا جيت على لبنان the year after they went.
Okay. قديش حبيت the way they're playing خاصة أنت هلا صرت كمان مع جاد الحاج بالفريق. So قديش حبيت هذا الفريق كيف they're playing and how would you compare it if they had to go against the best teams that were in your era? كمنتخب.
It's hard to. I don't like to do the comparisons and try to like put one team down and one team up. But let's just talk about how good they're playing. And it seems like Coach Jad has them all on the same page. Everybody's got everybody's back, and everybody's fighting for everybody. And when you play a defensive style of game, that's what you need. فهمت علي؟ And I love watching. I love this style of play. That's how I play. And the hard defense, steals من home, boom, fast break, 3-point home. You know what I mean? It's fun to watch. It's fun to see. And when you know basketball, you see Coach Jad's strategies, where he's putting them in. It's nice to watch. It's nice to see it come out. You know.
So in your opinion, شو عايز هذا المنتخب اللي يروح بعيد بطولة العالم؟
شو عايزين؟ It's tough to see. It's hard for me to say. I only saw a little bit of the games. Okay. And right now I'm judging by the آخر game and shift game New Zealand, India. كمان كان في injuries. They're missing players.
So ما حضرت البطولة آسيا؟
ما حضرت بطولة آسيا. Just I saw a couple of games. Vaguely time difference work وهيك بس. From what I saw in the summertime, Wael was amazing. He had some huge games playing good. And when I saw the last one against New Zealand, Ali Mahmoud was amazing.
قصدك بالفاينل تبع Asia against Australia أو New Zealand الجيم اللي هون كان بالويندو؟
For the window, I saw New Zealand هون and New Zealand Lebanon, and Wael didn't play. I think Gerard, there was a couple injured. Eli didn't play.
Sergio didn't play. كمان Amir didn't play.
At Mount. But Ali played very good. Like it was an amazing game for Ali.
قديش لاعب علي حيدر منيح بهالجيم اللي عم تحكي عنه against Australia بطولة آسيا. He was even better.
Oh yeah.
He was bullying them, man.
Yeah, like you could see, and he was passing, and he was hitting all his shots. So basically, to go far in the World Cup is everybody has to give everybody, and when you play at this level, it's another level. It's the size, the speed. When you play against these. Like أنا بذكر بس لعبنا ضد France and they had some long lineup. The zone كلهم like the 3-man 6'10", 6'9", they cover the whole court. هيك واقفين. It's different. It's hard to explain. You know what I mean?
ايه وخاصة انت ولا مرة لاعب ضد هيك this type of teams يعني.
Yeah, like you're not. What I always go by is you could only be as good as your competition. So to reach this level back تلعب ضدهم consistently. Like when we played against Spain, Marc Gasol size dominated us. You know what I mean? Like تحت السلة خلاص ما حدا رح يوقفه. So يا ريت فينا نلعب more games international, and I feel that will bring the country up more. Your level will increase with your competition.
I think preparation is very essential for this World Cup. جاد الحاجة ما كان هون كمان قاعد كان عم بقول ذات الشيء انه حتى لو خسرنا ضد فرق على 30 و40 نقطة let's go and face. نحن خسرنا ضد أستراليا على نقطتين ببطولة آسيا. It took us 3 quarters لنوعى ونعرف انه ضد مين عم نلعب. يمكن لو هذا الكف كنا اكلينه بجيمات preparation صعبين كنا وصلنا على الجيم we're more relaxed more ready to play this kind of games وكنا فتنا يمكن ربحنا بطولة آسيا.
And it's not even يمكن. It's true for sure يعني هيك لازم, and that's the only way you're gonna تتحسن يعني.
عليه هلأ كنت عم تقول انت انه كنت بالجيم تبع فرنسا. سو انت كنت بالجيم تبع فرنسا وتبع كندا مش هيك اللي ربحنا هون. فنزويلا لا
فنزويلا
كمان. Okay, so all 3 wins كانوا على ايامك.
Yeah, we won.
How special was it when we won against France?
Amazing. France was crazy, and I didn't play a big role in that game. I remember being sick. But just going crazy on the sideline. Like it was such a shock, especially to them. You know what I mean? They weren't expecting it at all. It's like you come in easy game, رح نربح. Like actually, Ronnie hit some crazy shots. Vogel was amazing. You know, Fadi getting his buckets. It was a nice game.
حتى الكوتش ما كان يعني بول كوفتر ما كان مش هيك كان قصاي حاتم.
Yeah, exactly. أنا لعبت شوي I remember, but it was a good game.
للعالم ما بتعرف يمكن إنه في for the younger generation this game we're talking about is very similar لجيم السعودية ضد الأرجنتين بالورد كاب.
Yeah.
يعني the odds are heavily not in your favor. عم تلعب السعودية يمكن top 40 أو top 50 بالعالم ضد one of the best 2 teams in the world. يعني كانوا برازيل أول شيء favorite بعدين أرجنتينا.
Isn't that the only game Saudi won كمان?
That's the only game that Saudi won.
Like
That's the only game أرجنتينا lost وربحوا بالورد كاب.
Yeah, exactly.
لا رح ياخدك أكتر من هيك. So أرجنتينا for the last 3 years ما كانوا خسرين ولا جيم. يعني أرجنتينا ربحوا كوبا أمريكا بعدين الفاينلز between South America ويوروب ضد إيطالي and the World Cup in those 3 years. It was an unbeaten streak of تقريبا شي ما بدي أقول لك الرقم مظبوط. I think it's around 40 games. So كان أكتر من 40 games. The only loss against Saudi Arabia. تخيل أنه قديش أوقات.
And any given day فيك تربح. That's the beauty of sports.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what makes you play. يعني
Exactly, that's true. That's the beauty of sports. وخاصة I think also football لأنه in football أو soccer for you it's a bit different لأنه you can actually score a goal and just defend. In basketball you have less chance of upsets in a way.
Yeah, but كمان you could get hot. You know, all it takes is.
I agree. بس in most of the times ما بتلاقي حدا who has a 90% chance to win that's gonna lose.
Yeah.
It's gonna be يعني the odds are not there. In football you see it a lot.
Unless you bet on the game بعدين بيخسر.
You always lose. In this case you always lose. بس ايه حتى إذا بتفكر فيه ما بعرف إذا حتى كنت بتحضر كتير المونديال بس كرواتيا ضد البرازيل it ended up 1-1 وخسروا بالبنالتيز البرازيلية and they were out from the quarterfinals in that game.
Yeah.
الكروات in 120 minutes شايتين شوطة واحدة على الجول. It was the goal. البرازيل كانوا كل وقت عم يهجموا. It took some magic from Neymar to score a goal. So this is the difference. You see أنه تخيل أنه one shot on target for them and they actually scored a goal and they went for the semi-finals. So this is the difference in between football and basketball. بس إيه بوافق الرأي preparation is very important لهالمنتخب. Hopefully they get it لأنه it requires a lot of funding.
You don't want to go embarrass yourself in front of the world. يعني.
Hopefully we won't get embarrassed especially لأنه هلأ في مشكلة المجنس كمان. So إذا ما في رئيس جمهورية ما في مجنس.
Oh really?
إيه so ما فيك تجنس حدا إذا ما في رئيس جمهورية. So إذا ما في رئيس جمهورية رح يرجع يضطروا يروحوا أو على نورفيلبل أو على ماجوك أو جوناثان أورليج. So one of these 3. Hopefully it gets fixed. ما بعرف how it's gonna get fixed. يعني ما بعرف ما كتير متفائل إنه حيكون في رئيس جمهورية. بس hopefully it gets fixed. Ali, quick Q&A before we finish. We have some few questions, some nice questions also. So توفيق فقيح بيسألك, who would you consider as the second best point guard in the era you played, and describe Tony Madison in 3 words? So أول شيء, second best point guard in the era you played.
That's tough, man, to pick. I don't like these questions.
You have to pick one. I think it's easy, مش هيك? If you look, that's what I felt.
Most my girl, but then كمان Rodrigue is coming up too.
That's true.
You know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
بس أنا السؤال اللي كتير I love Rodrigue. I actually wanted to talk to Rodrigue كمان in this episode. بس do you believe أن Rodrigue is up there with Ronnie?
It's different style. فهمت علي? Different. Ronnie's more of a scorer.
Okay.
Rodrigue's more of like a
أنا قصدي
ماشي الفريق.
أنا in terms of achievements and players.
Like Ronnie's achievement wise is special, man, especially at the international level.
Exactly.
So you can't take away from Ronnie this, you know what I mean? Ronnie's can I say big balls player, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
He hits big shots. He's not afraid
Crazy
of the moment.
shots.
He's not afraid of the moment. Always plays hard. Rajel, you know what I mean? You can't talk bad about Ronnie.
Ronnie has been amazing. قلت شغله كتير مهمه ودائما كنت انا هيك I find it different انه he was great at an international level. مع المنتخب كان دائما كتير منيح. واكشلي ما بعرف صلح لي اذا انا كنت غلطان انه هو كان يبلش وانت كنت تطلع off the bench بالمنتخب او لا.
حسب الكوتش. So there was times where he was starting, times where I'm starting. Just depends who the coach was. But yeah, we played many years together on the team, and there was times تنتا مع بعض على الملعب.
كمان.
Small ball.
I think Ronnie was ahead of his time. يعني لو Ronnie فهد in this era of basketball, oof, man. He was Steph Curry before Steph Curry, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Different times. Describe Tony Madison in 3 words.
Tony Madison, 3 words. Crazy skilled. He could do everything, so I'd say skilled. Tough, because nobody can mess with Tony. You know, I learned a lot of toughness, man. I could tell you a story when I first met Tony, my first practice with Tony.
Okay, tell it.
The first practice with Tony, we're scrimmaging وهيك, and I'm guarding him. I'm playing hard defense. And, you know, fresh out of college, I can move with anybody playing hard defense. I guess he didn't like my intensity. هيك بوف طرقني وحدة. بالتمرين. Put me on the floor. I was ready to fight. I was gonna, خلص. So we got up, and then ever since then, it's like he was testing me or something. You know what I mean? And okay, he's not
Jordan type of mentality.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he's a tough guy. Doesn't take anything from any. You know, won't take any nonsense. And he's a winner, man. He plays to win.
He is. سند العالي. Okay, so before I jump to the next question, in your opinion, since عم نحكي عن توني ماديسون, إذا بدك تشيل إسماعيل على جنب, مين أحسن أجنبي برأيك إجا على لبنان؟
شيل إسماعيل وشيل توني؟
لا, خلي توني. أنت برأيك إنه توني أحسن أجنبي إجا على لبنان؟
One of them. There's a lot of special players that.
يعني أنا مثلا for me personally باخد Walter Hodge over Tony.
Walter Hodge very good. See, I didn't play with Walter I played against him. لعيب كتير وهيك. بس Tony كمان, people are forgetting. I remember a game Tony had Chonville, like 50. He had a triple-double with 50 points is one of the things against Hekme. I remember. Okay. Like Tony is nice like that, man. Tony had crazy stats back then. Yeah, so it was a different game, and Walter's more because he's a little small. Tony was posting up people. Tony was, you know, he'd do the fadeaway, everything. He'd threes.
Tony was special. You're right.
He's different. Special. And there's guys like Nate too, Nate Johnson.
Nate was a cheat code أنا برأيي. And into sometimes you had teams into, then you have Fadi Nate, Ismail Vogel. Yeah. And I don't know how you can guard this lineup.
Yeah, it's all sides. We're all tall.
That's true. سند العالي بيسألك, do you feel that the role of the point guard has changed over the years? If so, has it transitioned to a harder position, and how?
Not really. I don't feel it's changed, Heike. There's different. It just depends on the point guard, you know what I mean? More the classic point guard, you don't see as many that want to, you know, we're at a day and age where everybody wants to score. Why? Because you get more recognition if you score.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And when I was brought up, I had a coach that would teach me that I want you to affect the game. Even if you have 0 points, you have your, like, your stamp on the game. فهمت علي? And not many people have this attitude.
That's true. That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
That's true. يمكن كمان هيك قلت كمان رودريك قبل شوي لأنه رودريك is that kind of point guard.
Yeah. I like to think there's certain people that بيتحسنوا الفريق من وراه.
من وراه.
You're
حتى
a better
if they
team.
score. That's true. That's true. أحمد بداوي بيسألك if you were to pick 4 national team players alongside you to play versus a USA team in the World Cup, who would those 4 players be all time, not only the current squad?
All time. So an all-time lineup, huh? Wow, that's
next
tough.
to you. بس next to you يعني أنت at the one.
At the one. You could put Wild at the 2 as well. Wild is good. You got to put Fadi too. I like Ahmed too. There's too many. That's a tough question. I want to pass that question. I don't want to leave it.
إذا بلشت منيح فيها إذا أنت ووائل وأحمد
Joe Vogel at the
وفادي.
5 for sure.
Okay, there you go. أنت ووائل.
But there's Ali Haider too. There's a lot of guys I could look like. You think back.
But you would take Ali Haider over Vogel.
No, because it's different. I at that level, I have Ali Haider at a 4. There's some big guys over there, man. يعني هولي فرق huge.
رح تخلص من أو من أحمد أو من فادي.
See what I'm saying? And you can't. Fadi is like an all-time scorer. Fadi, you can. And there's Jean too, man. Jean, I go to war with Jean anytime.
You need that kind of player
like,
also كمان.
Jean's one of my favorite teammates of all time. I don't like this question. I'm sorry. I don't want to answer this.
طيب رح يسألك هو زيت الزلمة أحمد بداوي زيت another question. Who is the most underrated teammate you ever had?
Underrated. Who is underrated?
I know. I have a name in mind.
Do you? I had so many teammates. So like.
بس I think there's one guy ما كان بس ما بعرف إذا كان underrated أو لا بس كمان in a way كيف أنت هلا حكيت عن أحمد إبراهيم he was misunderstood. غالب.
Oh yeah.
I think he was misunderstood.
Of course. غالب. And I think that's why Ahmed gets a lot of
the same things.
Same kind of things that Ghalib got. Ghalib was special too, man. Ghalib haram if he didn't get injured. Like his knees were, and he still hooped. Imagine he never hurt his knees. Ghalib was like super, like he would fly. He would get so high. You know what I mean?
He was crazy, man. انتبه العنك اللي ما بتعرف يمكن عن غالب. They see غالب, an image of غالب, but he's the best teammate you can ever have.
Yeah.
He would go to war with you.
Yeah, man.
غالب is a type of guy إذا أنت وياه سهرانين مثلا وهجموا عليكم 20 شخص بيكون قبلك بالمشكل. And this is غالب رضا.
غالب, even I know we talk a lot of offense. Ghalib's defense was crazy too.
Like I believe قبل Jean, he was the only guy who can guard Fadi.
Yeah, and then he's half the size of Fadi too. That tells you a lot.
Man, كان ينزع إجري كيف the center of gravity. Man, غالب was great. غالب was great. I think he was really misunderstood, this guy. So I think, when you talk about most underrated teammate, I think he's up there.
Yeah, you could go. It's not a bad choice.
علي قبل ما نكمل لأنه هلا كنت عم بسألك عن سؤال قصة الناشونال تيم. أولا the first name you named actually كان وائل عرقجي. قديش علاقتك مع وائل عرقجي منيحة وقديش بتحس أنت you actually pushed وائل عرقجي in your mentorship to him at his young age, خاصة أنه in a way يمكن هو the reason why you were in a way showed the door out of in Riyadi.
I don't like that terminology where I was shown like taken out because of this, but that's the business, man. You know what I mean? We're not going to be young forever. It is what it is, and it's not Wail's fault.
أكيد it's not Wail's fault.
He should want to play. فهمت علي? So the attitude I have, even like I told you earlier, even if you're my opponent, I don't wish bad for you. I don't wish you not to do good or wish you to get hurt or something like this. I wish you the best always. Okay. But if you're against me, I wish I do better. Okay. It makes the sport better. And imagine a game where you're playing your best, I play even better, we win, the game was amazing and it was a good game. So I try to go by this. You know what I mean? And while off the court, he's my friend too. So it's I wish him the best always. You know what I mean?
So you do believe in your mentorship in a way is a big reason also ليش وائل is the guy or the player he is today.
I hope so. I hope so. Not just Wild. I hope so with a lot of my other young guys. I had a lot of young guys I try to help out always. Amir was one of them as well. Bilal Tabara. You know, all the young guys that مرقوا علي, I always try to make them better. Lately in games, I've been getting like the ultimate compliment. You know, somebody checks in, young guy, comes in, he'll look at me and tell me, "You're the reason why I play basketball." You know what I mean? Like, what bigger compliment can you ask for to have an impact on, you know, another player to be good?
A generation.
You know what I mean? So it's a blessing, يعني alhamdulillah. You know what I mean?
لا it is. أنا هلا عم بذكرني بشغلة. أول مرة لعبنا ضدكم بغزير. It was a full house. The crowd was crazy. It was amazing. وأنت فت على الملعب. علي مزهر مثل ضوء عيونه. يعني علي مزهر was like لا خلص أنا I'm gonna take him. Just seeing قديش كان محمس يدافع عليك full court. It's like someone going against his idol in a way. هيك في صورة أنت وياه going against each other هيك one on one. هو عم بدافع عليك. He was so hyped for that matchup. ما بعرف إذا أنت انتبهت له أو لا, بس it shows great respect لأنه he's that type of competitor where إذا بتطلعوا يلعب ضد فريق ضعيف he doesn't care. بس as soon as you stepped in he was like لا دفش حدا ناسي إذا كان بوب أو حدا تاني قال له لا this is my guy and he wanted to guard you, and I think this is the ultimate way to show respect for you.
Of course. I love Ali too. Yeah, people don't know this, but Ali used to be in Riyadi at a very younger age. Not with the team, but like before we'd have practice, but the younger kids
the
playing.
academies وهيك.
Ali used to play. I used to see him playing there. And that's how I know Ali from that time. And كان لعيب من وقتها كمان. So you see, and he, out of all the players, style of play, I think he's the most similar to me. So like, I'm a fan of his game, you know, I'm not.
It was amazing that day. So Jad Haddad بيسألك, describe the peak game you might think of as an all-star game in Lebanon since your generation until now. 5 versus 5. Who would you pick? And you can only pick one ajnabi, so one foreigner for each team.
That's just like the national team question.
لا, that's not. That's way easier. ما عندك مع أجنبي كمان.
More players. These questions, you know why? Because أنا بنسى. So you're always gonna forget one person. زعل حدا وهيك.
أنا ما حدا حيزعل منك. رح لك شو أول شيء go for 2 Americans أو 2 foreign players.
إسماعيل شو local?
إسماعيل أجنبي, let's say.
Okay. Ismail you have to take.
Okay.
It's a fact. So Ismail.
So let's say في عنا team إسماعيل, في عنا team Madison maybe.
Okay, you want
Okay, let's go. I'm ساعدك أحسن ما أنا بزعل منك.
So Tony 1-2. So if we're gonna play point guard.
بتكون مع فريق توني أو فريق سمعة. You cannot miss out on those long passes تبع السمعة.
I was never getting it. I always had to come back for the ball. It would have been easy points. Tony can you?
أو Jean.
Yeah, Jean too. So okay, that's a name. You can put Jean at the 3 spot.
Okay.
I'd put Ahmed in there too. Fadi. How many players is that? We could separate them all.
We can separate.
Wild in it.
Okay, so basically, but 1 second. So let's say مع فريق إسماعيل, it's you at the 1, Ahmed at the 2, Jean at the 3, Soma at the 4, بدخلنا at the 5.
Okay, hold on. With this team,
أنت, Ahmed, Jean, Ismail,
in the center,
and
you need.
You need a big guy.
So you put Ali Haider with that.
Ali Haider.
So I don't know if I put me. Do I put me with this team?
And then in the other team, عندك Tony Madison at the 1 and the 2.
They're both good teams, come on. It's tough. I don't like these questions, Jad. I don't like these questions.
إذا بتروح رح لك شغلة. Let's say I'm gonna help you with this. Team إسماعيل هو أنت at the 1, Ahmed at the 2, Jean at the 3, Soma at the 4, Ali Haider at the 5. Okay. Team Madison, you're gonna go with Wael at the 1. ما حطيته هونيك.
So I want Amir in there too, because Amir is a nice guy to have.
Okay. So عندك Wael at the 1, Tony at the 2. It's a great team لهلا. At the 3 عندك مشنتف,
Mshantaf too. I forgot him. I
Okay.
never played with Mshantaf. That's what's sad.
Really?
No, I came my first
بالشانفيل ما لعبت معه؟
لا ما كنت معه.
اوكي.
كنت برياضي but I think he only played a little bit when he came back. عم تحكي when he came back.
So عندك وائل توني مشنتف مات فريجة at the 4 جوليان أزوح at the 5.
I forgot about Julian Azuh كمان.
That's a great team man.
And there's more players you could pick up.
أكيد بس man that's a great team. هلا طلعت فيه هيك. We're gonna have to see who wins in this one. Two more questions. Two more questions. مارك الحيي بيسألك بيقولك أنه أول شيء the best point guard to ever play. As for the question, let's suppose you have the chance to create the best ever Lebanese player. Which attributes would you choose from current Lebanese players? For example, KZ's defense, Amir's shot, Wael's drive, Miz's acceleration, Haig's IQ, and which position would he be playing? So the perfect prototype تبع لعيب.
By the way, نسينا هايك كمان to throw into these names.
أنا ما نسيته. أنا ما كتير نسيته بس أنا I would pick I think Matt Frazier over him. لأنه هونيك عندك إسماعيل نوية تلعبه على الفور.
It's tough. It depends مين رح تحط. Once you put a certain player, you have to play around it. مزبوط. Okay. Ultimate player. Let's go with Ali Mahmoud speed. From players now. I would pick my speed, but you know it's not what it used to be.
Not at 40.
Not at 40, definitely. So Ali Mahmoud speed.
Okay.
Wael's penetration, left-handed hook. I like that move. You know, it's
خاصة نسيب behind the net, behind the back.
I like Amir's shot. So Amir's shot. I like Ahmed's no fear of shooting from anywhere.
Okay. الوحنة تبع أحمد يعني.
Amazing. It's very hard to get this. Size, مين ما ناخد size. Ali Haider, strength.
أنا بس صرت أنت you're going more into a big guy and I think a size as a wing guy I think you have to go with Prime Jean was athletic man.
He was.
يعني فيك تروح على فادي بس you're going for something very cliché بس
Fad, you know what? You go with Fadi's mind to like not stop. You know, Fadi always is trying to score. ما بيوقف. You know, I mean, that's like, it's rare. You know, you find somebody, okay, easy game. لا, Fadi, doesn't matter. Whoever's against them, right? His goal is to
Okay,
punish.
but feel basketball IQ, who would you pick?
Basketball IQ, Ismail Ahmed.
Hey, he's still playing. So we can choose. And that's an NBA player we're talking about.
Man. For sure.
Okay, last question. Anthony Saleme بيسألك أول شيء بيقولك welcome back to the league.
Thank you, man.
One of my favorite memories of yours was the 2005 FIBA Asia Championship with the national team. You used to come off the bench and the national team often had slow starts without you. ما بس أنت بتتذكر. And nearly every time you checked in, you turned the game upside down. Can you take us through this repetitive process and of the team always starting slow? What was the key for you to have such a great impact in these situations? 2005, I hope you remember.
It's hard to remember exactly pinpoint. Like I have memories وهيك بس ما بعرف أي سنة هيك كان. بس I'll explain to you the situation because I still go through this situation now.
Exactly.
As a guy coming off the bench, it might be a slow start. The advantage of being on the bench, not starting, first of all, عم بيتعبوا على الشباب, so you come in fresh while everybody's, you know, a little bit tired. Also, especially at this point in my career, I get to watch what's happening. شوف where, you know, where's their openings? امتى فيني, you know, when can you attack? When can you know, when can I take a chance for a steal here? Does this guy make a quick pass or does he hesitate? You know, it's little things like this that help you. And basically just being hungry. يعني I've been on the bench for a long time now. بكون إجري I'm ready to go. يعني بوف خلاص. All the energy comes out right away and let's get going. Let's have fun. So it's kind of hell mentality. فهمت علي؟
يعني هلا هيك ما بعرف ليش اجت لي هيك شغله. It's crazy. قد ما كاريرتك كانت طويلة كتير قصص صاروا معك بأول كاريرتك عم يرجعوا يصيروا معك هلا. يعني حكينا بأول شيء أنه كيف أنت كنت متردد أول مرة تجي على لبنان وقت you had the call أنه تجي. Now this year you had the call أنه تجي من كندا. So repetitive. كيف بلشت كاريرتك كنت كتير تطلع off the bench. يمكن ما كنت تنبسط أنه تطلع off the bench أنه أنت your competitive spirit بدك تكون عم بتبلش وتلعب كتير. I
always came starting.
بالمنتخب early on in 2005 أو هدول السنين. And now كيف كمان your mindset change and it's actually something good لإلك. يعني the whole cycle كيف عم يبرم a lot of similarities between the beginning of your career and the end of your career. عندك كمان إذا بدك بالأول you had to have مش ما بدي لك to deal with بس كان عندك غالب رضا in a way who's the same type of player يلي who's misunderstood مثل أحمد هلأ who's misunderstood. يعني في كتير similarities also which is beautiful to see.
You remind me one of the nicest things, like I remember when I first came to Riyadi, we were coming from Chonville, and I remember being in that first practice, and when I was كان عمري 16 لعبت for Team Ontario. Ontario is a province in Canada. Okay, so we play against all the provinces in Canada, and we had won the championship. So I had a jersey still, Ontario number 6. Okay. And when I played at Chonville, I was number 8. It was like my favorite number growing up. Kobe. So I came in Chonville number 8. So when I came to Riyadi, I was wearing the jersey. Ontario had number 6 on it. Ghalib came number 6 for Riyadi for a while. طلع فيه, he's like, oh, you're number 6? Right away, he's like, أنت رح تاخد number. He gave me number 6, just like that. And I'm like, okay, بخدها. You gave it to me. I didn't even want it, but whatever, in a 6. And now
it's
6
hanging,
is everything, you know, like 6
it's
is my
hanging up
number
there also. Amazing. That's a really nice story.
That's how unselfish Ghalib is.
Huge shout out to غالب. ما بعرف إذا عم يحضر أو لا. بعرف إنه خيو علي عم يحضر كتير, بس huge shout out to غالب. Hope he's doing well wherever he is. بفتكر تجوز يكون بأمريكا now.
Yeah, he has a son.
He has a son?
Yeah, he has a son.
Okay, that's nice.
Hopefully he's Amir. أبو أمير صار غالب, I think.
Wow, okay. تعرف مين حكينا امبارح؟ You're gonna أحمد عزير.
No way.
Man, عيدني قال I'm watching the show هيك, you're doing amazing. أحمد عزير, man.
A very good guy, amazing guy.
He's
such a nice guy.
In a way he's similar to غالب بس for a big guy. أنا for me أنا أول سنة لعبتها as a rookie it was in Blue Stars, so he mentored me in a way. So everything I used to do in setting good picks, doing the dirty work I learned from Ahmed. So a huge shout out to Ahmed كمان إذا عم يحضر, to غالب. Hope everyone is doing great.
Next time you talk to سلم لنا عليه.
I will. كمان again, happy new year for everyone. Hopefully this year is gonna be amazing for everyone.
For Dynamo.
دبي رح أقول لك اللي قلت لي قبل شوي. Hopefully you're gonna be playing great, but we're gonna be playing better. But Ali, in general, thanks for coming. It was a great episode. I've been trying to get you for so long on this show. دايما كان يكون في عراقيل, والعالم دايما كانت تسأل where's Ali Mahmoud, where's Ali Mahmoud. كنت عم تخبرني كمان انه خيك he's been asking about it.
The show كمان, yeah. He loves it.
So thank you خيولا علي also for حسين for pushing علي to come here. It's been great. يمكن أكثر مرة بسمعك عم تحكي it's over an hour.
Oh, we made it then.
We made it over an hour. Thanks a lot. To keep being great. Keep being a great role model for a lot of not only kids in basketball but for a whole generation يلي حضروا علي محمود. يمكن ما خصهم بالباسكت. أنا one of my closest friends اسمه طارق. So امبارح كان عم بقول له إنه I'm gonna talk with علي كمان يطلع معي على الشو هيك. قال لي مان أنا بالأجانب في عندي توني ماديسون, بس باللبنانية الاتيتود والكاركتر تبع علي, هو he doesn't play basketball. الكاركتر تبع علي محمود is contagious. يعني ما فيك تحضره عم يلعب باسكت إلا ما يصير أنت محمس قدام التيفي إنه ليك هذا الزلمة كيف حتى at this age بعده عم بيقتل حاله على كل طابة. is contagious. ما حق بهذا الموضوع.
Thanks for having me on, Jad. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the nice words, and I'm happy I came. وأنت keep doing you, man. This is an amazing show.
Thank you. Ali, was a pleasure.
For sure.